Uphi ro kandiwa ngatava ya vafamadi batanga ya ludo ishengwa unga mano asina mano aporochedza vone voradza nduma ndiyagalela murapi wa nochi hashavi Vhemashau luvuvu haweli nga ushava utsuka mlenje mepululu. Ndikolibuwa pano abafamadi ndi hune havana nichitoda origin ya premier MEC, you should come here because the Bafamadi, the Mashau have given birth to my mother. She is a Makgatho here. And then she was married by the single. Ne, I am a single. Because there are only two vendors, is the single and the rest of them. It's us, my single, na benyu bang. Na bafama dinabone the others. The biggest clan is the singles. You should talk to Tobele Buchibas. But otherwise, rekolibuwa urirokono kandwanga botobele. Let me appreciate you, the MEC and the team from the Department of Health. I've seen them. They are out there doing what I love the most. Executive Mayor of the Vhembe District, Manana Fridan Kondo, cancer. We are here to serve your people. Of course, our own mayor of Collins Chabane Municipality. I spent the whole day with the mayor of Collins Chabane painting houses for veterans. I told him, hey, you must allow me now to move to other municipalities. I've been in Collins Chabane yesterday and today. The mayor of Collins Chabane is monopolizing the premier of the province, Maraha Cancer. This is for your people. This is for your own children. We also would want to thank our mentor, Bo Apostol Bo Masakona, who has raised many of us MEC, including your provincial secretary, but don't tell him I told you that. But that's where sometimes the wisdom and the prayers also come from. When we are able to lead this province progressively, it's the prayers from Mo Apostola Washu, Bo Dokotela, Bo Masakon. We should appreciate him. And he's not alone. I saw Vhembe, she was here with him. So thank you very much for blessing us. Let me also acknowledge, most importantly, the people who dragged me to come here is the students, the South African Dental Students Association. They sent me the request. You owe them, because they know, I'm not sure whether the foundation knows my weakness. And the foundation knows that if they invite me, I'll just indicate, because the programs that we have are too many, executive mayor. I'll just put it aside and said, Nyambeni, can we delegate the MEC for health to go and attend to the matter, or the mayor? But when it's the students, who send me that invitation to say, we want to come and do our volunteer work, we want to go around and screen vana va chikolo cha Ha-Mashau and educate them about oral health and the importance of your oral cavity. When it's the students who does that, they will make sure that the premier, no matter how busy the program is, she will cut it short and would want to come and support the students. So I'm here because of the students. I'm saying this to the students so that they must know, MEC, I'm where I am because as a student, I used to do what they are doing. Some of them are coming from SMU, We know Sefako Makgatho used to be Medunsa. During our time, when I was a student in Medunsa, we will do what you are doing. We will go to Winterfeld. We will go and see patients who do not have access to healthcare unless we come. When we were students at that time, our chancellor, who was our vice chancellor, Prof. Mokgokong, designed programs that will make us to travel by buses like you did, and I've seen that you arrive midnight here. We will travel from Medunsa to Sikororo. And when we get to Sikororo, we will work for probably 2 to 3 months, and we'll only go home for once a week, once a month, go back to Medunsa and come back. The day when we leave Sikororo, MEC, they will buy goats, chickens to give us. Because when the community sees us, we used to dress like you in our small clinical coat. When the community sees the bus from Medunsa wearing clinical coats, they will be so excited because they will be touched by a doctor. Throughout, they were touched by nurses because there was only one medical doctor in Sikororo called Dr. Omiako. The rest were the nurses. Dr. Omiako, when there's a cesarean section to be done, he will come and give anesthesia, make the woman to sleep, and ask the nurse to do the job of a doctor of observing that woman, and go and cut and take out the baby. And if anything that complicates happen, God will see how to finish. Dokotela Masakona ndo gudata bero ndichiange. I never thought there's a prayer in the curriculum, but by working in this rural hospital as a student, it taught me to pray. Because there's nothing you can do. You are alone. You must be an anesthetist. You must be you see, in a normal hospital, there's a doctor who gives anesthesia, and there's a doctor who is a surgeon. There's a doctor who is an assistant surgeon. There's another doctor who is a pediatrician to look after the baby. And then there is a professional nurse who is a theater nurse who will help you as a surgeon and an assistant surgeon doctor. There will be another nurse who assists the anesthetist. So we never had that opportunity. Ours, sometimes you are alone. That's how when we started to work. Hence the decision I took to say I will never work in the private sector as long as my people do not have quality access to healthcare. I took that decision as a student. Now when I hear that there are students from Wits, there are students from SMU coming to my rural village of Limpopo to do the volunteer work, I knew we are on the right track, because they are going to be touched by the conditions they will see on these learners. And then they will take a sober decision that being a healthcare professional is not about making money, it's about service to humanity. So now you will understand why I stopped everything that I had to do and say, I don't want tomorrow other foundation says, Mara oya kaya habala, oya ngaorindia Ha-Mashau, ndia makruau. No, Yashuadi. No, I came because I know the nation that doesn't look after their children, they don't deserve a future. If we want future in our healthcare system, in our country, MEC, we must appreciate these students, because they are your future MECs, they are your future ministers, your future CEOs of hospitals, your future, because they are leaders. The mere fact that they've decided to say it's a Saturday, we should be partying, we should be having breaks, we've been studying throughout, but they say we're going to that impoverished community, that makes them a leader in their own right. It makes them leader. Leadership is about service. Problem is that people think being a leader, you must be served. That is where we're making a mistake. You think being a leader is when Zimera Ziko Gidibang Mrawanga, service, Enkokeli, commander, leadership, Mutoni pay. No. Kamusi Kabu Hosini, Ange Kabajara, is Richi Kakamera, Richi Rubangurito Bebe, as Rash. With us, where you want to be voted in as a leader, you must understand leadership is about service. When you serve people, they will see you as their leader. But when you want them to serve you, they will never see you as a leader. That's what you must know. Yes. If you want to be a leader, start serving. Start providing services. The people will just genuinely love you. You know, we are struggling here in politics. You must buy these ones, give them money, do that and that. They will never take you serious, because when your money finish, they will laugh at you. They will go to the next one. But when you serve your people, they will see that this is a leader who is here to serve us, not to be served. So I hope even the foundation will be taking notes to say you establish this foundation not to be popular, not to be known, but to serve humanity. If you serve humanity, you will see that your foundation will grow. Let's talk about oral health. Oral health, MEC, it's one of those critical units within the broader healthcare. You can't talk about the healthcare system and then not talk about oral health. And the president was correct. If you look at the definition from the World Health Organization, the problem is that we reduce dentists to be about our teeth. And it's important for you as students to start teaching our learners. I'm glad your target is children here. Because we know public servants, some have got a pure heart. I've seen our nurses are here. Some have got terrible, they're just horrible. Whether you go to Department of Health, I was in Home Affairs the other day, whether you go to agriculture, whether you go to education, there are certain teachers who treat their learners as if it's their own children. Because, and majority, like our teachers, we are who we are today because our teachers took care of us. But there was a learner here who dropped out of school. Could have been grown up to be an engineer, a doctor, but dropped out because in the classroom, you know the water that we drink around, we grew up drinking, Mayor knows, and the Mayor, you know, you know that the water we drink causes teeth discoloration. You will find that around, because of the water that we drink, some of our teeth will be yellow, then later on become brownish. And you know what I'm talking about. I need to simplify it so that even the learners can understand. But you know the terminology I'm referring to. Now, there was this young boy with those teeth. And the teacher every day, how Shopaka classing MEC. And that boy was very brilliant. So when he asked a question, he's the first one to raise the hand. Teacher, when I want minority chocolate, go for. And you had, immediately when I said, when I want minority chocolate, even elderly people are laughing. What about learners in class? They laugh, the kids, other kids will laugh and roll on the floor. Then everybody started to call him Mr. Chocolate. The boy dropped out of school. A brilliant boy. That is why oral health, it can be something that destroys your future. So when you do screening of these kids and you see that they've got problems, you will then be able to attend to them at an early age. And that is very, very, very good. I went to a funeral one day. You were there, MEC. I was still an MEC. You were still a speaker at Makgatho. There was one vocalist. Hey, this guy had a sweet voice, very sweet voice. He was leading a church choir. And you know, when he sings, everybody dance, but others are laughing. Because when he opens his mouth, there was nothing. There was nothing. So when he sings, that, you know, I had to do something. And I had to arrange him to get. And last I went to the same place this year. There was a funeral. He was there. When he opened, I couldn't believe it's him. How the changing, even the facial expression completely changed by just changing his oral cavity. There are many people who do not have confidence and cannot speak in public because when they open their oral cavity, people laugh at them. So that is how critical your work is. Before we even talk about other complications, you know, in this province, we have got Dr. Itani, one of my brilliant maxillofacial surgeons. We used to go around this province removing tumor masses, huge, that there was a 19-year-old who dropped out of school because they were making fun out of him to say, your mother is a witch. Why did you develop this? So every day when you are told your mother is a witch, and the aunt bomakadzi ndibone bonothomori miye webalowa kezho ye analoba ngoba sina. That's a pathology. It happens. It can happen to anyone. And we removed him. He went back to school. And I'm told he passed grade 12. He's now at the university. So you must understand, the people that we deal with do not have options except us. So you have started on the right footing as the students. Perhaps tomorrow a president will be produced here because you have started to show leadership at this early age. So when you see leaders fumbling, it's because they started as grown up. So you must start at an early age. And there's nothing which is not a calling. Don't be fooled to say, bufunzi ndi calling. Na bufunzi ndi calling barabaya na chikolo. Budokotela ndi calling ria na chikolo. Budetezi ndi calling ria na chikolo. Where there is no calling, you will see that teacher or this one. There was a program in health MEC when I came in of poverty alleviation for nurses, and I said no. Nurses cannot be poverty alleviation. All jobs must be to elevate, to deal with the issues of poverty. But even if nurse is to alleviate poverty, but you can't make a nursing profession and say, these nurses are hired because we want to alleviate poverty. No. We want to appoint these ones as nurses because they've been called by God to be nurses. We know that they are struggling at their home while they will earn a living. But the first and the most important thing is that God called them to be nurses. It must not be the second thing. The problem that we are doing here is that you all want a job to get money. Love your job. We are like ebafunzi. Whether ni badela chafumi kana ni badeli. Ningasivuna fanzwala tichi finga Sunday bache anongo badela chafumi ti mi pulpiti. By my pulpiti duwali mwana lini. Yeah. Whether you have paid your tithe or not, the man of cloth will stand on the pulpit on Sunday and preach. That's what we must all do. It must not be about money. If you want to make money, go into business. But if you want to work in the public sector, you serve the public. It's not about money. It's about services to humanity. And if you want blessings, serve humanity.